Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crafty Beer Reviews. Today I will be reviewing Weyerbacher's Sunday Morning Stout. That's right, this is the very first year that they have bottled this one. I don't know what year they started. I know last year they had it on draft in a few places in Ohio. And I know this is the first time they've put it into bottles, and this is the very first time that I'm actually going to be trying it. Now, this beer got a lot of hype right before release. A lot of people have still been calling it the quote-unquote KBS killer, so we're definitely going to find out. Just like KBS, this is an Imperial Stout with coffee aged in bourbon barrels, and at time of recording, this is only a month old. So, yeah, really looking forward to trying this one. Let's go ahead and check out the aroma. Oh wow, up front a lot of chocolate, a lot of coffee too, kind of this almost like espresso notes. Yeah, like this roasted coffee bean. I definitely get a lot of dark chocolate. Maybe a little bit of milk chocolate sweetness, a touch of caramel. A bit of toffee. I get like almost a little bit of vanilla in there too, probably from the oak. Not picking up on any barrel. I definitely get some bourbon, and I get a touch of booze, like just a little bit of alcohol in there. But yeah, predominantly it's that coffee chocolate mixture with a nice bourbon kind of undertone in there. Yeah, definitely vanilla. Not really picking up on any actual oak, but smells good. Let's go ahead and take our first sip. Oh, wow. Wow. So up front, first, I got that big kind of roasted coffee note, definitely espresso. Immediately followed by this really big, oh my god, that is a huge punch of bourbon in there. I mean, just wow, that's way more bourbon forward than KBS from what I remember. Wow. It gets super boozy on the back end too. Mixes with the kind of dark chocolate, milk chocolate in there. Yeah, really, really coffee forward, which is awesome. I love a good coffee Imperial Stout. Again, a lot of bourbon. I mean, right after that kind of coffee note, there's a ton of bourbon. Definitely that dark chocolate, milk chocolate sweetness. On the back end, there's a little bit of like caramel and toffee mixing with that vanilla from the barrel. I'm not picking up on too much actual oak or like any kind of tannic notes in there, but wow, that is very, very bourbon forward. A lot more bourbon forward than I think the KBS was from this year. Oh, that is, yeah, that's very boozy. I mean, this thing drinks all of that 11.3% in my opinion, because you can smell the alcohol, you can taste it. I get a definite warmth as it goes down. I mean, this is like a really big, aggressive beer. It's got a full body. It's got a very creamy, rich, smooth kind of mouthfeel, palate coating. There's a decent amount of dryness on the back end, but it's not overly dry. It's not overly oaky, because some of these bourbon barrel aged imperial stouts, they get so much oak and they don't get enough bourbon, or they don't get enough, actual vanillins or something like that, and it's just too oak forward. And this one's very nice. It has a lot of really good, character, a nice decent level of complexity, but wow, this thing is just very, very boozy. Yeah, it's really nice. Again, I think the biggest thing that detracts from me at the moment is just it is very, very boozy. I mean, it is a bourbon barrel aged beer, so you expect a level of that, but I think I've just gotten so used to so many brewing companies masking the alcohol that, it's not usually as noticeable as it is in this one, but still, drinking great. So, in terms of rating, guys, I'm going with a 9.4 out of 10. The big dark chocolate, milk chocolate mixing with that actual bourbon, the vanilla, toffee, caramel, that big kind of roasted coffee note, the espresso. It's just a really rich, delicious beer. Now, do I think this is a KBS killer? No. And it's not because I don't think that it has a lot of similar taste, a lot of similar complexity. The main reason I'm going to say that this is not, and probably will never be a KBS killer, is that beer is hyped out the ass. I mean, people go crazy for it. It's very, very limited. That legacy that Founders has built around that beer is just undeniable. And even if there is a better tasting beer out there, which I think there's plenty, I just don't think that there's ever really going to be anything called a KBS killer. So it's an awesome beer. If you guys have some, drink it fresh. I also want to grab another bottle to see how it ages. Obviously, the coffee's going to fade, but really awesome stuff. Glad I got to try it. If you guys like a good bourbon barrel aged coffee Imperial Stout, go check it out. Alright, guys, that does for this beer review. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I hope whatever you're doing involves good craft beer. See ya.